To the Selmar and Roni show. This is episode 5, and this week we're going to be talking about trust in somebody.
Yes, this week's episode is Trust in Somebody. And we have three subtopics. You got to trust in God, you got to trust in the process of the relationship, and you have to trust each other completely. So the first part is trusting in God. And I think trusting in God is something that's kind of tricky. And the reason that we kind of sometimes fall short in trusting in God is from what I think, from what I believe is that we can't see God. We can only see the benefits of God, and so sometimes we kind of don't. I think that trusting in God with from a man's point of view is different than trusting in God from a woman's point of view. Do you know any women who show you good examples of trusting in God? So talk about those women and what you think.
The best example that I can think of first would be my grandma. She's always been a woman of God. She's never, like I said, she never forced it on us. She has always told us what we should do as people of God, as men and women of God, just put our trust in them and everything else will fall in place. It's hard sometimes. It's been hard. In my opinion, it's never been that easy, maybe because I didn't fully trust in him most of the time. So that caused a lot of, problems or whatnot. But from the times that I did put my complete trust in God, everything fell through. So I will say that.
Yes, and I think that as with every relationship, I know the things that I've heard is that in any relationship, in a man and wife, or and I think that we're going towards that, that we need to trust God first. We need to put God the head of our lives and things of that nature. So we have to trust God. We have to trust that He's going to do what it is that He said He's going to do. I always have, when I think of this, I come up with an example of how we can easily trust God, or how we can trust God better, um, is if you have somebody in your life who you always trusted, they never let you down on for anything. They've never let you down. Like he said, his grandma is the person who he feels have never let him down. And I know that my mom is the person who's never let me down. And so I would say, so if your grandma says she's going to give you X amount of dollars or she's going to do something for you, the moment that your grandmother says that she's going to do it for you, you automatically know, okay, it's going to happen because grandma said thus and such. I know that if I've ever asked my mom for anything, the moment that she said she would do it or she would take care of it, it was done. So if we trust trust his grandmama or my mom, so in that manner. I don't want to say so easily or whatever, but shouldn't we trust God in the same way or even more? Because no matter how much our moms or our parents love us, God loves us just that much more than that, more than that. And like I've um I've never biologically birthed a kid, but I have kids, and like my Beverly, there's nothing that Beverly can't ask of me and I can't do it, that I won't do it because she trusts me. She knows that, and I love her so much, and that's why I do the things that I do for her and with her because I love her so much. But guess what? God loves her more than I love her. So that's why I say that in a relationship, in a committed relationship, we have to trust God. You have to trust God. And if you need that little example that I just gave to help you to trust God with things that's going on inside of your relationship, outside of your relationship, that bonds your relationship together, then you got to do that. You got to do that. Yes?
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Okay. So, like, the second thing is,
Second thing is going to be trust the process of your relationship. You got to trust the process, know that it's moving forward, getting to know each other. You got to trust that the relationship is going where it needs to go, but it takes the work of both of you. So, of course, you got to take time to get to know each other. And you got to
mhm,
trust that the person always has your best interests at heart and that they'll do anything for you. If they promise you anything, you got to know that they mean that. You just got to know that they're the one
right.
for you and that, the future is meant for both of you.
Yeah, I totally agree with you on that because I think that getting to know somebody is a process. Like I don't think that he says that so we had a little, not necessarily a disagreement, but I think that it's very important that you be who you are in every stage of the relationship. And I say that we had a little, like we didn't think on the same. Well, I don't want to say think on the same level, but we kind of disagreed about it. I think that when you don't when you do certain things at the beginning of a relationship, you always need to do those things at the beginning of the relationship. Like if you dress nicely on the first date, then brother need to be dressing nicely on the fifth and sixth and other dates too. You don't need to be coming out here. Mm,
Nah,
not dressed
nah, man.
because I don't need you borrowing your cousin clothes and all that kind of stuff on the first date. And then, like, when I see you the next month, you coming in bummy clothes. Hold up. Dude, that ain't who you said you was. Because,
I meant that as I don't care who you are. Everybody does that in the beginning of a relationship. Everybody just you're not faking. Nah, you're not faking because I never fake. I don't know how to do that. You're just giving them it's like the best version of yourself. It's like you're
okay.
it's not faking though. You're not being somebody else. You're giving them the best version of you.
Okay, but then, like, shouldn't you always give them the best version of you?
You do. See, you know what I you so you know what I mean? Like
Okay, like I
it's
said,
like you're on
as
your
you can
best
see.
behavior. Everybody's on their best behavior in the
Okay.
beginning. That's what I'm saying. It's like when they say, "Oh, you crazy," and they hide the crazy part to like a year later. Like that. It's like
Hmm.
those kind of
I just
things.
think that whatever yes, okay, so I think that's a part of trusting the process of building the relationship. I think that's what it is. And so the more you know each other, the more you're around each other, then you see the true you or the true person coming out. Um,
Right. You see the true person coming out during still that beginning stage when they're still showing you the best version of themselves. As you get to know them more, you start to see certain things. It's just without noticing it. So you don't agree with that,
I agree to a point. I
right?
agree to a point. But like I said, if you start by rubbing her feet with lotion and all that kind of stuff, the first months of the relationship, you still need to be doing that 6 months later. Or don't do that stuff. Don't start stuff you ain't gonna be willing to do for the rest of the duration. I'm just saying that.
I don't know if that. I don't know. I guess you could probably use that one. See,
Yeah,
that's
we can
doing
use that
something
one.
because that's something you. Yeah, I guess you could say that.
Yeah. So I mean that's what I'm talking about. Just be who you are and trust like but you gotta trust that the person is being who they are. You gotta trust the process. So the next thing and the last thing is to trust each other completely. One thing that we came up with is I said that I trust Selmar with the whole of my heart. And basically what I'm saying is I trust that I'm giving you my whole heart, the whole of my heart. So everything that's in my heart, everything that's important to my heart should be important to you. And I believe it is.
Yeah, it is. We know that.
Yeah. And so that's what like I never said I didn't say that until I met you because I think that we have to trust each other with the important things that's in each other's heart. I think that's true. So whatever bothers him bothers me. Whatever is important to me is important to him. Yes?
Yeah. Speaking of that, yeah, that's it goes to another part of trust. With me, I hold a lot of things in. I tell her a lot, but I hold it all in. It's like what we were talking about yesterday. And as a man, you just try to carry most of the burden, whatever it may be, the financial burden, the stress you have on the inside, you may want to just hold it in because you don't want to burden her with that. And I feel like she helped me understand that, you don't have to come with every single thing as a man with every single little problem, I guess, but if it's something major that's really bothering you, that's affecting you, and it could come to start affecting both of you, the relationship, then maybe you should start sharing it. And that's a part of trust that she really cares that much to really want to, should I say, wear the burden with you, or
Yeah, share, not necessarily wear, but share it.
yeah,
And that
share.
goes back to trusting God too. I mean, all of it's all together. You got to trust God to know that whatever burden that you have, that he's going to take care of it. And then you got to trust the process and know that, okay, I'm loving this woman more than I thought I would. And so, like, I got to trust her with this information or this whatever's going on with me. So I think that that's how trust is in like the three areas. The other thing that we kind of had something going on last week that it just says that you have to trust each other completely. I went to the Maxwell concert on Thursday night, and I just one of my friends said, hey girl, I got some tickets to Maxwell. You want to go? And I asked him, was it okay if I went to Maxwell? And he was okay with it. He hung out with his friend, and so we were
Mm-hmm.
we were good, right? So he trusted me to go to the Maxwell concert because he knew that I wasn't gonna be tipping out on him because Maxwell was singing all them good old songs and stuff like that.
Tipping out.
Yeah.
You say that.
Hey, I came home to him. Maxwell, yeah, like whatever.
Yeah, that was a good example though, because like some dudes they trip over that, and I understand that could have been that's happened. It's been women they went out to do whatever this that and the third, and man might start tripping or whatnot. Like that's an example that could have been something I was tripping over.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
I mean, you got to be able to trust each other away from each other. I know that in the past, and I believe that to be solid now because I totally, completely, and like I totally trust Selmar. I but I have said that if ever it gets to a point in a relationship, not ours because we're good, we're really good. But if you ever get to a point in your relationship where you can't trust your man or you can't trust your girl, then why are you there? You got to be able to trust each other. You got to be able to know that when she goes to work, she's not flirting with the dude at the office, or when he goes to work, or when he goes wherever he goes, that he's not trying to pick up every single girl that looks good to him. And most of the times, all women look good enough to men. You know, I'm
yeah,
just
yeah. Some
saying.
you be like, yeah,
So,
some look, yeah.
so but anyway, so like I said, that's. Do you have anything else that you want to say about trust, honey?
Uh, we have a like I said, we have a good trust. You still got me laughing. Now that was funny. But like I said, we have to trust here. I trust her, and that's when it really counts when you're away from each other and there's things going on, and you just trust that person with no doubt, no worries, and it's so good that we're at that point. It really is. And you said when it gets to that point of y'all having trouble trusting each other while you're there.
Yeah,
What if
yeah.
somebody
Why
did
are you
something
there?
to? What if somebody did something?
But I think that if you are at a place where you don't trust anything that he says because he's lied to you a number of times for whatever reason, so you don't trust him, or you got to look in his cell phone to see where he been, or you got to do this, that, and the other. You got to put a tracker on her car or whatever. I know I have been told some things like where a husband has done that. That ain't cool. Why are you there? Why are you there? If you can't trust her to go to work or go to wherever she says she's going, why are you there? If y'all not gonna talk about it, if y'all not gonna figure it out, why are you there?
Yeah, it's either yeah
I mean, just why are you there?
either she need to work on her, you need to work on you. Either she been doing wrong or you very insecure. Somebody need to work
But
something
you
out.
need to talk to each other.
Yeah,
If you're not gonna talk to each other, if you're not gonna make it right, if you're not gonna figure it out, what's the point? I mean, I can't. I won't say that I'm an expert or anything, but that's my opinion. That's the way that I think. That's that's just the way that I think. Like you have to trust each other. You have to trust each other. I think trust is one of the biggest stones in a solid relationship. I think it's one of the biggest pieces of foundation in a relationship is trust. You have to. There's no way around it.
yeah, you're right.
So
We done said trust like 50, 60 times. I guess we're trying to stress the importance of it. Very. So anything else to say though before we end it out?
I think we need to do a couple of shout outs.
Oh yeah, you go ahead first. Go ahead.
Okay, the one person that I want to shout out to is my mom. This weekend, she looked at all of the videos and I heard her laughing out loud. So, thanks, mom, for supporting us and saying what you said. You know, like Beverly is something special. She is. She really is. And so thanks for watching and could keep liking us, keep supporting us.
Yeah, and me, I'm gonna shout out my man Tristan again. He always showing love every episode. He always let me know what he thinks, and it's always something good, and he keeps it real. That's my man right there. So once again, thank you, Tristan. Anything else though
I
before?
think Edward did a lot of comments last week.
Oh yeah, Mr. Edward too. Thank you, my man. Shout
Mhm.
out Edward for sure. I'm sorry I forgot you, man.
So as always, we will say thank you for watching. Continue to like us.
Yeah.
Continue to make those comments. We take those comments very seriously, and we just thank you so much for them. Continue to share our videos, and of course, subscribe to our the Selmar and Roni show on YouTube.
All right. And thank you for tuning again. Episode 5, week 5, trust in somebody. If you're gonna trust in somebody, trust in the right person. Trust in somebody. All right. Thank you for tuning in again, and we'll see y'all later.
Peace.
Yeah, peace.
You have nothing. Put your trust in. You have nothing. Put your trust in.